Christian Walker, son of famed football player Herschel Walker, you see here. He caught a little bit of attention, first of all, maybe early this week, late last week, when he was ranting at a gas station pump, filling up his Range Rover with a hoodie on that only Anna Kasparian was able to pronounce, the brand of Givenchy. I call it Givenchy.
Same here.
Right?
Givenchy code, yeah.
He called a little bit of attention for the irony of someone with this kind of means and this kind of background complaining about gas prices while other folks, as if he's in the same struggle other folks are in regarding that gas price. But he has now launched his media tour. And he decided to go on Mark Lamont Hill's show, and he was talking about the reverse racism of black folks being able to do whatever the hell they want in this country, and poor white folks have to always be bowing down and doing the bidding of their fellow black Americans. And Mark Lamont Hill had an extra question for him. Let's see how he responded.
You can say whatever you want about a white person and not get fired from your job. You say one comment about a black person, you're done.
Do you have any examples again? I'm just asking.
There's so many, I can't even come up with one right now. Even on Twitter Space.
There are so many that you can't come up with any.
No,
You're just like a log jam of examples and you just can't.
I had moments like this, I think it was middle school. I used to love being extraordinarily over-prepared for things. I'm like that now to a degree, and I'm mad when I'm not. So those moments when you're like, your head gets hot, butterflies start running, and you go, how long is this 5 seconds gonna be? And it gets longer and longer. And then so you have to come up with some kind of bailout, and his bailout was, there's just too many. There's just too many examples for me to think of one.
It's like, okay, name a great football player. There's too many. Like in my mind, I'm Tom Brady, and I don't want to say Peyton Manning, Drew Brees, Aaron Rodgers, whatever, right? You know what too many is. If I said to you, name a great football player, and you're a football fan, and you have all those names in your mind, you couldn't name one of them? No, you can. He didn't have any examples.
Because sorry, Adrian, I feel like you have better things to say than I will now.
Oh, well, I was just thinking, and I don't mean to in any way categorize him, but given his father's fame and whatnot, I wonder if he's even had a job, because he's out here talking about what you can and can't do in the workplace, and filling up his Range Rover and having all of this nonsensical speech to share with this world. And I really don't know necessarily what that young man has contributed to society or gotten real exposure and experience so that he could name one of those many instances.
Adrian.
But it's clear that he's just saying what he will.
I have an answer for you. He's gonna call you, he's gonna show you up. So he tweeted about it because people were coming at him for the gas pump scenario that he posted and got some attention for. He tweeted, now this is Glenn Greenwald who responded to, but first I'm gonna go to what he said in his tweet. We can put the whole thing up. He goes, I worked at Williams-Sonoma at the cash register while winning 2 world championships and skipping a grade. By the way, the world championships, he's an athlete, he's a cheerleader. So he's really good at that, is what I've heard and seen. And he goes, I've done more in a year than you've done in a lifetime, you jealous POS. And that was to, I guess, some other Twitter user. So yes, his job was at Williams-Sonoma at the cash register. So there, Adrian, there. How about that?
I stand corrected. He has significant workplace experience, and clearly he was speaking from a place of knowledge, and he just couldn't think of anything. My apologies.
So look, so first of all, yes, running a cash register at one place is not a world of experience, but we don't look down on that. That's the best thing he's got going for him. Ironically, our critique is you don't know nothing about the world. Like at the gas pump, we covered that story. He's like, and they're trying to take my hard-earned money. You got a Range Rover by working the cash register at Williams-Sonoma? No, you didn't. Okay, your daddy gave you that money and the Givenchy sweater. So, like, spare us. There is no hard-earned money. You've been handed everything your whole life. That's why you're obsessed with tax cuts, and that's why you're a Republican and don't give a damn about anything else.
And by the way, so he's, maybe the money's maybe he's detached from dad and the resources that are there, but that's why maybe he has to do these media tours. That's why he's got to clean up his act to make sure he's prepared for these simple questions like what? So those questions now, by the way, he tweeted this. I was going to point out the Glenn Greenwald part. He needs the backup from people that also do the same type of thing for him to launch this media career where he can make the kind of money that he can support his Range Rover gas bills. So back to that same tweet, Glenn Greenwald was backing him up and said, Herschel Walker's son, Christian, is a black, gay, young, very smart, and very independent-minded. And he's going to be driving liberals absolutely crazy for a very long time to come. So there's the support. And he responded, adore you so much, thank you. Christian Walker responded to Glenn Greenwald's backing him up. So this is why you put yourself out there. This is why you then go on these shows and embarrass yourself, because then you'll get, the wagons will circle around you and they'll make sure they shore up the support and be like, hey, you guys, keep listening to him. He's gonna be around for a long time trolling liberals because that's the purpose of the party?
Yeah, and so, he says there's discrimination against white people, Christian Walker does. And Glenn Greenwald, who's now a right winger for some reason, is like, very smart. Very smart. The real discrimination is against white people. This guy's got to figure it out. Now, look, to be fair, the tweet, I believe, was before the Mark Lamont Hill interview. But that's what Christian Walker's been saying in other videos. And Glenn had already presumably seen the gas station video and all the other ones where he's saying, basically, black folks are responsible for crime and blaming them for it and blaming black culture and saying they're not, the dads aren't there. I mean, it's just Fox News 101. And Glenn Greenwald, of course, is Fox News 101 now. So he's like, yes, he supports Tucker Carlson. That is very smart. You'll make a lot of money doing that. Okay, you won't even need dad's money anymore. Because when you turn right wing, they just shower you with money. Now, of course, there's a price. You have to speak out against black people, gay people, every other category that you're in. And they'll make you humiliate yourself. But you seem to have fun humiliating yourself, so you'll enjoy this. You're a natural. So that's the route, that's the grift. So in a sense, getting humiliated here by Mark Lamont Hill helps his brand. Because the right wing doesn't care. They're not gonna be like, oh man, turns out there is no good case to make against discrimination against white people being worse than discrimination against black people. No right winger is gonna say that. They're gonna be like, ha ha, got you, Mark. No cases means all cases. Win.
Or what they take is the pushback, because he got raked over the coals with the gas thing, and presumably over this as well. So once that happens, we need to make sure that people who support him don't start thinking on their own and go, man, this guy doesn't seem to be playing with a full deck here. He doesn't have the information. He's kind of unqualified to talk about these things. He's just talking. So when that thought process could begin, you gotta have the saviors come to be like, hey, I'm Glenn Greenwald. Don't leave this guy, don't leave this guy. He's gonna be so annoying for a very long time. And that's what we want, right? Again, and then if they were thinking clearly already, they would go, I like Glenn Greenwald. Why is he advocating for someone to simply be annoying for a long time? I thought that's what we say Democrats are. It doesn't have to make sense. It doesn't have to make sense. So that's where we stand.
Yeah, so the only thing Glenn's right about is he probably will be around a long time, because right wingers like, oh, a celebrity's son and a black person and a gay person who's willing to speak out against black people and gay people, perfect. That's manna from heaven for them.
Why'd he say all that stuff, Glenn Greenwald? He's young, he's black, he's gay.
So that he can sell out all of those groups.
Yeah, what does that have to do with this?
And that's the whole point. And by the way, I just need to say this one last thing. If you're gay and you're pretending Republicans aren't anti-gay, you're monumentally full of crap, okay? First of all, you know that the party has been anti-gay ever since the Southern Strategy turn, probably forever, but I'm being generous by saying the Southern Strategy turn. You know in 2004, they put ballot measures in every swing state, and Glenn definitely knows this, so that they could drum up hatred against gay Americans and drive voters to the polls so that Bush could win. You know they never apologized for that. You know that they're still doing anti-gay, anti-trans legislation throughout the country, and you still kiss their ass just so you can get credit and money from the right wing. That's disgusting, just to be clear.
It's clear.
Thanks for watching The Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.